Good morning and welcome to the show. I'm going native today because I'm on Island 106 and I'm with the best of Bay. The top voted media personality in Bay County, Miguel Fuller. Miguel, thanks for letting us get in here behind the scenes.
Well, thank you for coming to our wonderful, very humble home.
You know, the best of Bay, that is like a popular vote. I mean, this isn't like your boss, who we all know might have paid to have this done.
Right.
Although I wouldn't put it past him. Yeah.
Neither would I.
I mean, how does that make you feel that your listeners think enough of you to go out there and vote and do whatever they have to do to...
You know, it's really cool. I look at the Miguel Show, I call it the Miguel Show family, because I feel like with myself, Holly, and Mandy, that every morning we talk about our lives and they talk about their lives. And so I feel like they were like, let's let our brother Miguel, you know, win this award, which I thought was really cool. And I feel like it's just not about me. Like, I kind of share it with Holly and Mandy and with the entire Miguel Show family, because if it weren't for them, we would not be here.
After all, it really is a team effort.
It is.
I mean,
it really is.
All you guys, and your show is great in that, you know, it's not talk radio where everything's deadly serious. I mean, you can kind of suspend disbelief for a while and actually have a good time for a few minutes.
Most definitely, and I think that's the best part, is that we never try to take ourselves too seriously. We all are very self-deprecating, and we can poke fun at our flaws, and I think that's why people gravitate towards the show, because we're all just being goofy. And I really hate people, I don't say hate people, but I dislike when people take themselves too seriously. It's like, at the end of the day, Mandy, Holly, and myself, we sit behind a microphone and we talk. You know, you have people who do like real important life-saving jobs. So why am I going to take myself too seriously when we just talk about, you know, Katy Perry and Lindsay Lohan?
And it serves you well, I got to tell you. You know, a wise friend of mine once told me, you know, take your work seriously, but take yourself lightly. And I've tried to do that myself. You know, I've had some deadly serious jobs over the length of my so lengthy career, so they just don't hand this gray hair out. You gotta earn it. And now I'm like in the fun, happy place of my life now, you know, having the guilty pleasure of having a little TV show now.
Yeah.
And you starting out young, this is great. This is a great, happy life, isn't it?
Yeah, you know,
I mean, it's a lifestyle, isn't it?
No, it definitely is a lifestyle. I mean, if you ask Holly and Mandy, I mean, it is a lifestyle that you have to live, but it's a great one, you know? I mean, and I feel like that's the best part, is that I get to work with my two best friends. Every morning we come in here and we literally get paid to make fun of each other, to laugh, and it's all done with love. And so I think that's probably the best part about the job, is knowing that, because I've had that job before where you wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, I do not want to go to work today. But I literally wake up at 3:45 every morning. The first thought is, I want to go back to bed. But the second thought is, I'm going to have a great time with my two best friends today, and it's going to be amazing.
3:45 in the morning. I woke up once that early, but I had to go to like a NORAD exercise in an air operations center, sweating bullets, you know? It's like, no, this is better. I want to talk about more about that on the other side of the weather this morning, because I know radio people are different than the rest of us. I know you guys just are, and I want to talk more about that type of personality that gravitates to this type of profession.
Okay.
And we'll be right back after your local weather, brought to you by the West Pittman Law Firm, westpittmanlawfirm.com. Welcome back to the show. I'm here at Island 106 with the Island 106 family on the Miguel Show. Hey, guys, thanks so much for letting me in here. I know you're like racing the clock because you got to run back across the room to get out. It's like, so if you need to like just jet and do your thing, just jump right out of the shot.
That's right. We will. I literally will be like, sorry, gotta go real quick.
It's only TV. How do you guys feel about Miguel being the most popular guy in Bay County, Bay's best?
It's an honor, really. It's an honor to be working with him.
No, really, I kind of want to claw his eyes out because I'm really jealous. But
I said that to my husband earlier, but it's fine, it's fine. At least one of us got it, so
I know.
No, I think a win for Miguel is a win for everybody, because really, I don't know what it is, and you know what it, there is something about Miguel. There always has been. Little kids gravitate, and adults think that he's so funny, and he is. I mean, he's genuinely a funny person, so there's just something about him, and I think it's totally deserved, and I'm just glad that Mandy and I get to work on the team.
And radio people are different, right? This isn't what you do. This is kind of who you are, isn't it?
Yes, and thankfully there's an outlet for it, because otherwise I don't know what we could be doing.
I'd be doling out the Ritalin. Here you go, kids, you know.
We have fun, though. It's a little bit of a crazy lifestyle, and you have to be a little crazy to do it.
3:45
You gotta
in
be
the
a
morning.
lot crazy. A lot crazy.
Yeah, I would think so. Good grief, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, 3:45 in the morning, and you're here how many hours? And then,
Yeah.
it's a long day,
A lot
right?
of coffee involved.
It is,
A lot
it
of
really-
coffee.
After
I mean, and I think you learn how to just have a good pace for your day, because like you literally can't expend all your energy in the morning, because when you first start doing morning radio, you're like, okay, I'm gonna drink 12 cups of coffee in the morning,
Yeah.
and then by noon you're done, but then you still have a whole rest of the day to do.
That's
so
right.
it really is a lifestyle change that you have to do when you do morning radio.
You're quite right. You know, I get that too with the TV show. Oh, so what do you do? You like a half hour a day on the TV?
yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. The rest of the day I'm on suicide watch. You know, but yeah, for that half hour I'm having fun. You know.
Yes. You can't let it get you. But that's the thing, is that once you are done, everyone thinks, oh, you just go home, take a nap. That's not the case, because we're out. We love to go out and meet people and do events.
Yeah,
and,
you guys are out and about. I see you
Yes,
all over the place.
Yes,
Right.
we love to have a presence in the community, and luckily the community lets us do it. But that is part of the job as well.
I know. I mean, I see you at events, and I just want to push you down the stairs and jump in front of the camera. And just.
You can do that to me, not to these beautiful ladies.
Okay, I'll-
Not to the beautiful
Oh, I
ladies.
can't do that. Ooh, motherhood. Throw the motherhood card out there.
I gotta use it to my advantage.
I thought there was a certain glow in the room. Anyway.
That's it.
But when Miguel became was Bay's best media personality, did you guys do anything special for him?
No.
Oh, did I say so?
Listen.
Sore spot?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
if
No.
we were, Holly, you want to take this one?
Here's the thing. We don't want his ego to get too big.
We gotta keep him in check.
That's
we
right.
keep him humble, and we say, listen, that was a fun award. You got to report back Monday morning and do the same show.
Well, and you know what, to be honest with you, like, it is a team effort, and I really wish awards like that could be like for all of us, because I literally don't think, ooh, look at me, I'm the best at Bay.
Yeah.
I really feel like it is the three of us and our team that really produces a great morning show. And so that's why I didn't want a big, like, ooh, let's celebrate and put pictures up with Miguel. It makes me awkward.
We'll take him out to dinner. We'll take him
Okay.
out for
Buy him a
nice
drink,
steak.
maybe.
Or buy him a nice cheese tray. 'Cause
Yeah.
Oh, cheese tray. I will take a cheese tray. I will take that.
So you heard it here first. Miguel works for food.
That's it. That's all it is.
That's great stuff, guys. Thanks so much for letting me interrupt your morning show here, and thanks for sharing some time with it. And congratulations, Miguel.
Thank you
We
very
love listening
much.
to you on the radio, and
you.
you know, success to all you guys. And next time I come back and your best of Bay, I'm going to bring like a little tiara or something.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it'll be
And
like
a
Miss
cheese
America.
tray.
A
Cheese
cheese
tray.
tray, a tiara. We'll do
Yes,
the whole thing.
cheese tray, please. Cheese
Hey,
tray.
and a tip for you, in case
Yeah.
you want to try to take the crown from
Well,
him.
that's the plan. That's why I'm here.
Talk about food a lot, because people love Miguel and his love for food.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a little cooking segment with
There you
Miguel.
go.
That'll nail it. I'll be
good.
best of Bay next year because of that. I'm coming after you, Miguel.
Try it.
And we'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, this is David Lovett, and this is your Mad Hatter Minute. Whenever you purchase a new car, look in your glove box. There's a little book in there. It's called your owner's manual. Your owner's manual is probably the least read book in the world. However, it provides critical information about your vehicle. Specifically, in the back of the owner's guide, there's a schedule of preventative maintenance that you should be doing on a mileage-to-mileage basis. Everyone knows that the engine oil change has to be changed. You change your engine oil anywhere between 3,000 to 5,000 miles, depending on what type of vehicle you have and what type of oil you're using. But there are several other things that if you neglect, it's going to cost you lots of money in the long run. The first thing is the timing belt. If you have a vehicle that has a timing belt on it, that is a rubber belt that's located behind the timing cover. You can't see it. It's invisible to you, but it's inside the vehicle. It has to be changed. Every 60,000 miles, you change your timing belt. You change your timing belt and you change your cam seals while you're there. Failure to change the timing belt can result in the timing belt itself snapping and doing serious damage to your motor. And for a couple $100, preventative maintenance, do yourself a favor, change the timing belt. Secondly, is your transmission fluid. Nobody thinks about your transmission fluid. Transmission is an oil just as your engine oil is. There's a pan at the bottom of the car, it has a filter in it, and it filters out all the contaminants. If you don't change your transmission fluid on a regular basis, about every 45,000 miles, that transmission fluid burns and you start doing damage to your transmission, and again, you're looking at a serious repair. don't neglect preventative maintenance on your vehicle. If you plan to keep your vehicle, you need to do your preventative maintenance and do it as prescribed with the owner's manual. This is David Lovett, and that has been your Mad Hatter Minute.
Welcome back to the show. I have Heather back from Metabolic Research Center.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. So good to see you again.
You too.
Now, you've got some tips for us today and some resources, perhaps, on how we can eat healthy and stay
Last
fit.
week, you and I were talking about different ways for people to be connected. And I think we've talked about several times the importance of being connected to the process, whatever you're trying to do. And so one thing at Metabolic we always encourage is coming to our center and visiting for a weigh-in. So you come in, you sit down, and you get that face-to-face, human-to-human, real connection.
Right.
But what do you do all the other days of the week? And how do you stay present and keep your goal top of mind and stay engaged with the process? And social media has created this opportunity for people to be engaged and connected in a way that just really wasn't even possible 10 years ago. So today I can find a recipe or get advice or get motivated at 2 a.m. if I want to.
And not only that, if you live like on the edge of our broadcast area, if
Sure.
you live in a rural area,
That's right.
and you can't get all the way into Panama City to talk to you to get a little
exactly.
pep talk.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, you know, and even if you could get to me, you can't get to me at, 9 o'clock at night. And if at 9 o'clock at night you're feeling compelled to run to the refrigerator and have some ice cream and you don't want to do it, this is an opportunity to reconnect and say, look at Susie Q, she just reached her goal weight, that's what I want to do. And you just remind yourself of the things you want to accomplish.
Yeah, and you can put those in your favorites too.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can bookmark all these sites. So what sites do you have here that we can
Pinterest
investigate?
is the one that I'm going to show you Pinterest and Facebook today, but Pinterest is something that a lot of people do, but I really, really think that more people would enjoy it if they really knew what the opportunities were. So Pinterest is like a huge pegboard in the sky. And what we're doing is pinning lunch and dinner recipes and vegetable recipes and weight loss inspiration. So I can come here and I can say, oh my goodness, this is amazing. Look at this gal who just lost, 46 pounds. So there are all these opportunities to read her story and become engaged and motivated. But I love the recipe portion, and this is what most people really use Pinterest for, are the recipes. So if you come to this recipe board here, you have tips for making skewers, and you have all of the details you need. You can link down to the recipe. You can connect. This I really love. They have this new thing called Rich Pins, and you actually can see all of the ingredients in the recipe and make your shopping list right there from Pinterest. So this is telling me that I'm going to need garlic powder and green peppers and chicken and bell pepper, and it gives me it literally breaks it up by meat, by spices, by condiments, by vegetables, so it breaks it up.
How do I navigate to these recipes that you recommend?
So for us, now there are several places you can go. So with Metabolic, we have our page is called Metabolic Research Center, and you can go to Pinterest and follow the boards. In Pinterest, you call it following. And so if you came into Pinterest and you said, I'm very interested in your recipes, you could come to my board and choose to just follow my board, and there'd be a button here and you'd hit follow. Or you could hit follow the whole page. And every time I pin something new, so let's say today I pin, and I do a lot of these in my kitchen. So let's say that I've made up the new salad dressing from a couple of weeks ago,
that was
right?
great.
So I've done this new salad dressing, and I'm going to put it on Pinterest with the recipe for you. The one thing about Pinterest is it's very visual. So what you are looking at here is the recipe itself and how it's made. So visually that looks good to me. I really want to give it a try. So you come here and you find the pin and you follow the link, and the recipe will be right there for you. And often there's a really good blog included with it. So it's advice from the person who made the recipe. It's some tips about how to do it best or how to store it or variations for it. A lot of recipes these days will say, if you're dairy-free, do this instead. If you're gluten-free, use this flour instead. So they'll not only give you the recipe, but they'll give you variations to match your needs.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of us are technically challenged, but this seems pretty simple.
This is literally point and click, really
Yeah.
and truly. I mean, okay, I really want to, become inspired, weight loss motivation. I literally click on the board, here's pages of inspiration, and I find the board, when you feel like quitting, remind yourself why you started. It's that easy. And I could then share this on my Facebook page.
That's
could
true,
share it with
yeah.
my friends, or I could repin it onto my own board, and I could come to Metabolic and make my own board.
Wow. So
Yep.
you've got Pinterest going on, and,
Yep.
and now you also have a Facebook for Metabolic as well.
We
right?
do. So our Facebook page is what I like about Facebook, whereas Pinterest, you're going to go there very intentionally, right, looking for things, or you're going to choose to follow us. With Facebook, you're sitting there seeing what your sister did yesterday and looking at the neighbor's kids at the water park,
Yeah.
and right below that falls Metabolic. So it's integrated into everyday life, but it's like a little reminder of, oh yeah, I'm following program. Oh yeah, I'm working towards a goal. So what you'll notice from our Facebook page is that we post all sorts of real center life, people doing real things like losing weight. We post some motivation. Love this gal, 50 pounds lost, Olivia.
Wow.
Isn't that fantastic? This is one of my favorites. She lost 82 pounds, and literally I feel like she looks like an entirely different person.
It does.
So if you're this person that needs to lose 80 pounds and you don't think you can do it, you come to Facebook and you have a whole different impression about what can actually happen.
So go to Facebook, look for Metabolic Research Center, or look for
Absolutely.
them on Pinterest,
Yep.
and you can get inspiration, you can get recipes, and you
Absolutely.
can get visual reinforcement.
Yeah,
for
visual
what-
reinforcement.
Love before and after pictures.
Me too.
Heather Gaither, again, thanks so much for coming on the show and getting
Thank
us
you.
smart on weight loss.
Absolutely.
And we'll be right back after these messages. And we're going to wrap up this show with the musical stylings of Erin Martone from Elliott Vocal Studios.
She's a good girl, loves her mama, loves Jesus, and America too. She's a good girl, crazy about Elvis, loves horses, and her boyfriend too. It's a long day. Living in Rosita, there's a freeway running through the yard. And I'm a bad boy, 'cause I don't even miss her. Yeah, I'm a bad boy for breaking her heart, but now I'm free. Free falling. Yeah, I'm free. Free falling. But you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. And you only know you love her when you let her go. But you gotta keep your head up so you can let your head down. Hey, you gotta keep your head up. Oh, so you can let your head down. Hey, and I know it's hard. I know it's hard to remember sometimes, but you gotta keep your head up. Oh, so you can let your head down. Hey, and all the vampires down in the valley move west down Ventura Boulevard, and all the good girls are waiting in the shadows, and all the good girls are at home with broken hearts. But you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. And you only know you love her when you let her go. But you gotta keep your head up. Oh, so you can let your head down. Hey, you gotta keep your head up. Oh, so you can let your head down. Hey, and I know it's circle, circling. What goes around comes around, but you gotta